So this is a moment in our service that we've plotted out for Reimagined Church, and I believe there is some post-its or something that it's going to require everyone to do a little bit of something. But before that, Luke wanted me to speak on sharing. I wasn't 100% prepared to do that, but it's okay. This is what we do. If anybody wants to ask me or wants me to speak or wants me to say something about sharing, the first thing that comes to mind is my family. I'm one of 10 children. We grew up in a small apartment complex in Spring Valley, New York, in the crack epidemic of the 80s and early 90s. My parents, my mother, continued to go to school while she raised us. She got her bachelor's degree when I was about 13 years old. My dad was a landscaper, where there were times where we had to get up and work before school. If we did a job on Saturday, the truck was usually filled with leaves. And we had to go and, before school, get up and get those leaves off the truck so my dad could do some more work for the next day. Sharing was a way of life. We shared everything. And I mean everything. We shared beds. We shared food. We shared bathrooms. We shared bathtubs. We shared everything. To the point where it became a way of life. Where if I didn't share, it felt awkward. Where if I went to the flea market to go shopping, if my brother wasn't with me, sharing that moment with me, it was awkward. I felt almost lost. See, sharing is not just giving. When we give, we receive. We receive security. We receive love. We receive acceptance. We receive so much when we share. Now, to this day, when we come together, some of you have seen my siblings. We're all 6 feet and up. But when we were coming up, we were not the cool crowd. We didn't have much. We shared clothes. We shared sneakers. Like, I hardly ever got something new. You know, it was always the hand-me-down from my much taller brother. So my clothes were always a little bit bigger. And thank God in the 90s, and it was the style. But you see us now, and we come together like Voltron. We argue like cats and dogs, because we are family. But we come together. We come together in those times of whether it be praising or singing, whether it be a family gathering, we come together and it happens naturally. Church, we are a people of sharing. This is who God has called us to be. We share space, we share opinions, but more importantly, when we give, we receive. We receive that comfort of knowing that my sister, my brother, is praying for me. Mother Holly, all the way in the Holy Land, is praying for us. Brother Marty, as he goes to Vermont and goes to California, he's praying for us. We are family. And that's a big part of sharing. Amen? Amen. Amen. So the Post-its, I'm not sure. We have somebody that's going to hand them out. Now this is all a part of reimagining the way we worship, reimagining the way we see the world. And what we want to write on the post, let me pull it. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I'm going to read. We're going to have to adapt a little, so bear with me and the team. Okay. So this says here, this week we're talking about sharing God's love, as Pastor just did. So you're going to write on a Post-it note a response to the question, how have you experienced God's love? So originally we were supposed to have posters around the sanctuary. We were supposed to hang your Post-it notes up. So all we need to do is figure out where you're going to put them. The question is, how have you experienced God's love?
How have you experienced God's love? Let's write it down. The first thing that comes to your mind, let's write it down. How have you experienced God's love? Write that down. Just put it right here. And after you've written it down, just make your way up to the altar, and you can place it right there on the table. Yes, sir. I won't read it. It's not my business.
Yes.
How have you experienced God's love? You could write a dissertation, but I think they made the post small for a reason. Mine is one word. How have you experienced God's love? Make your way right up to the table. You can put it on the post. I can do it for anybody. Yep. So last week, Persia explained, she gave us an opportunity to fill out our creed as a church, our mission statement. some blank spaces. And those blank spaces were filled in by us, if you remember from last week. So, I spoke about sharing. Sharing is our first blank space. As a mission, as our mission of this church, it's about sharing. And yes, when we share, we receive so much more. So I thank God for everyone that has filled out and posted. We've all experienced God's love in some way, shape, or form. Today, let's focus on